everyone. I don't really know what I want to talk about, but I feel like I need to talk about something, so I'm just gonna wing it. I'm on my way to see my family since it is Father's Day, and I was just thinking about earlier today how I've always been sort of the black sheep of the family, and Icona was like known as the rebel or troublemaker, or the one who just didn't listen growing up in my family. You know, I snuck out, got into trouble. I mean, not in school, but just with my parents. I was a really good student in school, but like I was just the devil to my parents. I wouldn't go that far, but you know, I was troubled teenager, an angsty teenager, and it's a phase that I feel like a lot of us go through, some more than others, because I feel like I kind of woke up to a lot of the shit that's going on in the world at an early age. It was probably like 13 or 14, my first crush or love or whatever you want to call it, he introduced me to the idea of the Illuminati, and he sent me all of these like links about it, and one thing led to another, and you kind of just go deep into the rabbit hole. Like once you're in there, you can't really stop, and it actually, I feel like it became an addiction at some point in my life. I mean, it actually comes in waves, for me, it's like I take a break from it for a little bit, and then I like dive back deep into all of these conspiracies, because for me personally, like my personality makeup, it even says it in my birth chart, like specifically, I don't think most of you guys will understand this, but my Mercury and my Pluto are opposite in my birth chart, or making opposite angles. So the energetic exchange, there's like a lot of tension there. But if you think about it, Mercury is communication, the mind, thinking, logic, the intellect, and then Pluto is the planet of transformation and depth and power and regeneration, rebirth, stuff like that. And so when you kind of put two and two together, my Mercury and my Pluto, this is actually the main aspect in my chart, like the most, like the top. It's like a 0 degree aspect. If you put that against, not against, but like if you take that into account, it's like it's kind of hard to explain, but basically my intellect and my mind, it needs truth, it needs to understand and wants to uncover the depths and truths of this reality. Pluto is also the planet of that as well, truth, depth, hidden things, the subconscious, these things that are beyond our understanding in a way. And so I just think it's really interesting how that's like how it plays out in my life. And I've always just been really curious, because I growing up, I always knew that there was something off about this reality. It just didn't make any sense to me, and so I just went on a path of trying to discover, trying to understand what this whole life is all about. And it just kind of boggles my mind that a lot of people don't want to go down that path, or aren't even curious. And it's like, are we programmed to believe that what we're presented is reality? Like, I think that's part of it. It's like programmed to not question the authority to not question what we see in the media and the things we read. Like, it's just crazy. It's crazy times, but you know, I feel like we're going through a transformative time right now, an unprecedented time, and I think everyone feels it. And apparently this weekend it's a solstice eclipse thing. It's like an energetic portal. It's always a lot of energetic things going on at this time. I can't explain it, and I'm not that well versed in, you know, eclipses and stuff, but you know, there's a lot of shit going on in the stars and the sky, and you know, it reflects down here because everything is connected, you know, up there, down here, the atoms in our bodies. In a way, we're like an atom in this fucking massive solar system universe. So yeah, so like I've said time and time again, I feel like disclosures are already happening, and the fact that people, even the normal person, is aware of certain conspiracies out there, like, that's the first step, becoming aware. And then I feel like, well, what's going on is the first instinct that people will have, the first kind of reaction is to kind of be like, oh, that's bullshit, or like defend their pre-existing idea of reality, because we become so accustomed and we latch onto our ideas of and beliefs about reality, because it's become such a part of our life, our identity, and we hold on to it. We want to hold on to it because it's what's familiar, and anything else outside of that like brings discomfort. The truth, it's just, I think the first reaction is going to be denial of the truth. And that's with, like, I feel like every revolutionary, I guess, discovery. It's like we need to, I'm not saying to like let go of all that we know completely, because we can't do that. That's traumatic. But like, you know, it's baby steps. This whole awakening process is baby steps, and it's just remaining open and curious, and maintaining a healthy amount of skepticism, but not, you know, completely denying certain out there ideas. Because if there's one thing I know and understand in this life, it's like anything is possible. If infinity is a concept that exists and is real, then anything is possible. And I feel like, you know, we're just living a timeline reality amongst an infinite amount of other timeline realities, you know, but we chose to live this one. I'm choosing to live this one. And it's fucking trippy when you think about it, when you try to think about infinity. Oh no, I missed my exit. Whatever. Yeah, dude, this life is a fucking trip. And, you know, just buckle up, y'all. It's gonna be a ride. It's gonna be a ride. Okay, so a few more things I want to talk about since they've been on my mind. Past week, past month, past year, my entire life, but especially, you know, now, I feel like there's this tension within me, this tug of war between expressing my true self and being who I truly am versus my ego and my sense of wanting to be accepted by everyone and liked by everyone. It's an ongoing battle, and I know what side good for me ultimately, is the most beneficial. And that side is just speaking my truth, being who I truly am regardless, because, you know, everyone's gonna have lovers and haters, you know, and it's just a part of life. But as much as I tell myself, or I tell other people, I don't care what people think, like, I do, you know, there's a certain level of caring. And, you know, I've lost a lot of connections the past few months since I've been open about this stuff, but ultimately I know I need to speak my truth. There's this meme that I came across the other day. It was like, if you're hesitant or afraid to speak up about what's happening, it's going to be uncomfortable, but like, if you don't speak up, you're part of the system. You're still a slave to the system. And that's exactly where they want you. They want you afraid. They want you not speaking out. And it's like, you know, they get me sometimes. It gets me. That fear strangles me sometimes. And then I end up kind of like trying to distract myself from it. From what I know I need to be doing, which is to be speaking my truth, because when I do it, it feels freeing. It feels so good to do and so natural. So, you know, when I record these videos, there's a part of me that like almost pretty much half of me is like, I'm not gonna post this, but the other half, you know, has been winning a lot more nowadays, because I've said this before, like, I'd rather live my life as truly and authentically as I can than be on my deathbed and regret doing all these things because I was afraid of what other people might think. You know, I've had to constantly make decisions based on my heart and my soul, even though that decision was going to affect people, you know, like, and especially my family. You know, like I said, I've always been the black sheep, and since understanding and coming to more of an understanding, not that I like know everything, you know, but more of an understanding, I realized that it's all so much of this reality, this structure that we live in, is a fabrication. And I think our role, at least my role, I feel like, is breaking free of that, breaking free of the programming, and becoming more of who I truly am. And I need to just keep speaking my truth. I need to. So I know a lot of the things I might be posting right now can be like triggering to some people, and like, you know, a lot of people are gonna disagree with me, and that's just a part of it, you know, and it's fine. It's okay. No one's gonna but that's the beauty. I have to keep reminding myself that's the beauty of this life, of this existence, that we all see things differently. And it's not about saying, you know, your perspective is wrong and mine's right. It's not about being right or wrong, because there's a level of truth to every perspective. Because if someone really truly believes the thing that they believe in, it's their truth, and no one has the right to say that, to invalidate it. So it's like, why can't we just like have a discussion, sit down around a fire with people you disagree with, and come to just an understanding, and just to empathize and to feel like, you know, I think we're all a lot more similar. We all want more of the same thing than we realize, which I've said before. It's like love, connection, security, comfort, bliss, joy, fun, being carefree, you know. That's like ultimately all what it is, but everyone has different understandings and pathways of getting there, getting to the same place. And I feel like I'd rather just come to an understanding and unite rather than keep pitting ourselves against others, like saying that there's good and evil. I mean, I do believe that there is good and evil in this world, of course, but ultimately also understanding that we're all one. So it's like it's a paradox. It really is a paradox, but like life itself is a paradox, and that's the beauty of it. I don't know where I was going with this, but basically, just saw 777. Okay, yeah, just come together, man. Y'all just gotta come together, despite our views and differences, because like they have more power over us when we're divided and when we're fighting. They're literally pitting us against each other, and we don't even realize it. So let's just talk it out, try to understand each other,